how do you stay consistent after you've made a New Year's resolution with an exercise program? And I'm going to take my hat off here. I just want you to see that I'm talking to you from RX Healthy Habits. But I wanted to show you my gear. I'll explain to you in a minute. How I stay consistent to exercise, which I've been able to do now for 3 years, is really based on 3 simple tips that I'm going to give to you today. And these tips aren't anything you probably don't already know, but it's something that if you really want to get a handle on your New Year's resolution to exercise on a regular basis, these are some things you need to think about. Number 1 tip, you need to set a weekly goal of how many minutes you're going to get in to your exercise program. And in the previous video I did a New Year's resolution relative to weight management, weight control. I talked about SMART goals. You should review that, because when you go to set your goal per week of your exercise and how many minutes you're going to spend, you're going to need to kind of remember that formula, S-M-A-R-T, or SMART goal. And again, we're not going to go into this video because you can just watch the previous one, but it's going to really help you understand that tip number 1, you really need to think about getting into 150 minutes per week, maybe a little bit lower than that in the beginning if you want, but 150 minutes per week of mild to moderate exercise. Walking, maybe light swimming, doing things that are very simple, that you can talk while you're doing them. This is American Heart Association recommends that's the starting point. You might see some health benefits. Ultimately, you need to get up to about 300 minutes, which is about an hour, 5 days a week. Now, you said that's almost impossible on my schedule. Well, here's the thing. Number 1, what I had to do when I set a goal of myself to do 150 minutes per week, I had to actually carve out the time for exercise. That is so important. You have to actually prioritize it. Number 2 tip I think is very important is you got to stick to it, and you got to say to yourself, you know what, every week, no matter what, I'm going to keep track of this, and I'm going to make sure I was out there. And the best way to do that I'm going to recommend is maybe think about getting a device, a wearable. A lot of your phones will do it without even a wearable if you have them on you when you're exercising. But find a way, number two tip, find a way to track if you're getting the minutes in, if you're getting it, how many calorie burn, how many steps. My watch tells me everything. I got a program to tell me steps, how many minutes per week, my average heart rate when I'm working out. I can see it all, and I think that is extremely valuable. But here's the thing. You got to look at it. You got to take the time to look at it every week and say, how'd I do, right? That's so important. And number 3 tip, and that's what the gear is for here, I have friends that start on an exercise program as the cold weather comes, and out here the cold weather in Vegas means 50 degrees during the day. Today is cloudy, which is not very normal. It happens 65 days out of 300 where it's cloudy. The rest of the time it's all sun. But here's the thing. I'm going on my bike right after I'm done with this video. And guess what? I got my headgear on here to keep me warm in my neck. I got 4 layers. Light layers, and I got 1 external layer. I got the ones, I'm sorry, let me start from the beginning. The ones underneath are wicking, and then this is a wind barrier too here, and then I got my outer coat and my gloves. So here's the thing. I had to buy some equipment so I could exercise year round, and in my case I like biking. Now what else do I do? And this is another thing, part of number 3, my 3rd tip, and find something else that you can do besides just one exercise. I go swimming, so I went swimming yesterday. I don't like to do the same exercise day in, day out. I like to mix it up. I like to hike. I'm going to hike this weekend, so I probably won't bike or swim that day. So you get the idea? I have gear for all those. Did I spend a lot of money? No. Did I spend some money? Absolutely. You cannot be afraid to invest in you, because the money you spend on your health pays invaluable dividends. That's all I'm going to say. And you know what I'm talking about, because you've seen people who have not focused on exercise and how their health is. So I hope those 3 tips help. So I'm going to tell you, don't let the weather, whether it's hot or cold, be a barrier. Get some equipment to deal with that. Until next video, I hope you get on your healthy path in 2023 to a healthier, stronger you. And we're here to help you at RX Healthy Habits. Don't be afraid to reach out to us. You got the web address, RxHealthyHabits at RxHealthyHabits.com, and our email address, rxhealthyhabits@gmail.com. So, to your health.